Tzu volunteers went to flood affected areas to distribute living essentials to 1,000 families. A Tzu volunteer in Tainan recycles discarded umbrella fabrics and transforms it into all kinds of daily necessities. 歡迎收睇大 Headlines， 我係 Ruby。我哋一齊睇下今日嘅內容。Tropical storm Dianwu brought flooding to central and northern parts of Thailand, with at least 6 dead and over 70,000 homes impacted. A week after the disaster, Tzu volunteers visited 2 counties in Lopburi province to distribute living essentials to 1,000 families.
For this aid distribution, residents must row their boats to pick up the supplies.
We didn't have time to harvest our crops. The water came very rapidly.
We are unable to enter or leave, so we can only wait for the county office officials to deliver living supplies and the meals to the home.
เยอะเหมือนกันนะถึงหน้าอกของยายถึงหน้าอกของยาย
These essential items are very valuable to us, such as the cleaning supplies that we can use to clean.
They need protest parties, so we will think about how to help them.
Some are unable to set foot outside their home, thus volunteers deliver the items personally.
The flooding was really bad, and many were unable to collect their belongings. Thank you for helping them as much as you could.
The farmlands were flooded and corn rotted. A week after the disaster, life and work is slowly returning to normal.
It flooded for 2 days and 2 nights. We have never seen it before.
Yes, the flooding was severe, but it also brought out the good in people. Tzu Chi is here to help the survivors during their path of recovery.
In the Philippines, a community of scavengers make about 200 to 300 peso a day in Marikina City, which is equivalent to $2 to $3 a day. Living on the fringes of society, Tzu plans to provide food and other aid items for this community for about 3 months starting in November.
"19-year-old Henry is not in school, but rummaging through the garbage pile looking for things he can use to survive with." How to eradicate poverty and change their lives around? Perhaps start from here.
We don't make enough as scavengers, especially now because of the pandemic, so we just have to persevere. We will eat leftovers we find in the trash, which we wash with hot water then fried.
Makabili ng 2 kilong bigas, pang-ulam, minsan pagka makatiis tuyo lang, minsan nga.
Over 200 scavengers can each receive rice, noodles, and other essentials for living. The cruel reality of the pandemic means getting a full meal to eat is a luxury. Thankfully, there's lots of love going around, sharing the compassion.
We give thanks to Master Zhen Yan. If it wasn't for Tzu Chi, we wouldn't have the opportunity to be here.
We are thankful for this activity. It is a big help because this sector is the most marginalized sector that needs to be helped and given aid.
In Asia, the Philippines' demographic dividend ranks among the top, with young people making up the majority, but 1/3 of them live below the poverty line. Scavenging has become their normal, and to prevent poverty from being passed down the generations, Tzu Chi is here to help as much as they can.
Malaking pasalamat na kay
I will never forget this blessing for as long as I'm alive.
Parang hindi ko makalimutan ang kayamanan niya.
In Chile, there are not many Tzu Chi volunteers, yet their loving care for the needy is not delayed. They went to care for a homeless shelter which encountered a robbery and immediately assisted in installing threat-proof monitors. They also gave out free eyeglasses to the disadvantaged students with short-sightedness and food to the elderly's home as well. The homeless shelter sells second-hand items as a way of self-sustainability, but recently they were robbed.
Someone came in and stole the second-hand items, the money they earned, and some of their food.
Volunteers came to care, and at the same time, they have asked a company to install monitors around the shelter in order to prevent people from breaking into it again.
If something happens, the alarm will ring, which can notify the homeless shelter or the police.
Thank you, Tzu Chi, again. They are angels. They helped us set up 16 stacks of theft-proof monitors. Days before, the thieves stole a lot of things.
Tzu Chi is also the strongest support of the disadvantaged. Cecilia, a single mother who was blind in her right eye due to diabetes, received 2 boxes of supplies and 4 boxes of second-hand items, so that she could sell the items in the market to support her family of 5. The Samaritan Center for the Elderly also applied for Tzu Chi's assistance again and received 380 kilograms of food.
Thank you so much. Please keep on helping more people in need.
In a free clinic with Teachers Company, the students who had vision problems got their own eyeglasses one by one.
Thank you so much. This is a great help to us.
In Kilikula District, the Special Children's Association received 2 laptops to help assist their students' learning.
It's a blessing for us to receive Tzu Chi's great assistance again. We are so happy. This bunch of flowers representing love and care is for Tzu Chi. It's an expression of our gratitude.
There are not many Tzu Chi volunteers in Chile, yet they never delay in helping others, so that more people can receive their love in time. In Taichung, a Tzu Chi care recipient, Ms. Huang, lives with her son in a small rented apartment, and the environment is complicated. Volunteers were worried about their safety, so they mobilized to help Ms. Huang find a suitable place to stay.
Finally, there is a home with 3 bedrooms and 1 living room with private bathroom. Ms. Huang is a new resident of Vietnam. After her husband passed away, she raised the children alone. The original apartment rented was less than 10 square meters.
In the past, the balcony was used as a kitchen. It has the disadvantage that if the rain splashes in, there's no way to cook outside.
The son is sensible and has a good grades, but the environment is complicated and the bathroom needs to be shared, which is worrying.
It is very unsafe. Finally get her permission.
The care recipient, Ms. Yu, also helped to find suitable place in the community where she lives.
The 2 of us will be company. This is the best. Sometimes dinner can be grouped together.
After moving, the space is comfortable and the environment is good, so that the son with excellent grades will be admitted to the National Tzu Chi University. The handmade blessing template conveys the most sincere thoughts.
Lin Li'e, a Tzu Chi volunteer from Tainan, recycles discarded umbrella fabrics and transforms it into shopping bags and all kinds of daily necessities. She also teaches elders in the community long-term care center to do the same.
This discarded umbrella cloth was retrieved from the recycling station and is being transformed after being sewn by Tainan Tzu Chi volunteer Lin Li.
Umbrella cloth can be used as coasters, and this is my grandson's raincoat, a type of rain poncho. I think umbrella cloth is very beautiful. I think it's a pity to waste it. So I'll take it home first and think what it can be made into.
In order to give these umbrella cloths a second life, Lin Lia, who studied clothing design and has a tailoring expertise, goes to schools and even long-term care centers to teach.
The amount of plastic bags used in the market is really a lot. I really feel hurt when I see it. By recycling umbrella cloth into shopping bags, I can promote recycling and reuse.
The things she recycled can be used in many aspects. Umbrella cloth can be made into shopping bags for shopping in the market.
The simple idea of reducing the use of plastic bags prompted Lin Lia to transform from a mere housewife to a magician who makes wise use of discarded umbrella cloth.
At the Tzu Chi recycling station, there is a group of women who regard environmental protection as their ambition. Even if they are over 70, they never feel tired. In the past, they were busy raising children, but now they are paving the way for future generations.
When we do this, my hands still hurt. This is a very heavy job because you have to work hard, and the knife must also be sharp, and it will definitely hurt my hands. I feel in a good mood after sweating. I don't know why. Maybe I was born to work hard. I did it happily. I do this on my hands at home so I don't get frozen shoulder. After doing something, it's 10 o'clock and it's time to rest. Then 1 or 2 hours later, I will get off work. In this way, 20 years have passed. Very busy, I'm so busy. Coming here for 5 days a week, I'm getting healthier. My children are very filial. It's great. I'm very blessed. I came here to do recycling. Master invited us to lunch, and I saved the money. We all had bad habits originally, but we changed a lot. Be tolerant. This will be given to manufacturers, allowing them to reuse and reduce waste. They can make some plastic pellets. For us, we also said that we are also very good.
They have worked hard for most of their lives in raising children, and their old days are also busy but fulfilling because they want to leave clean green spaces for future generations.
Utilizing free time on the weekend, Jingsi Abo Dharma Masters and Huanan Tzu Chi Hospital medical team members split into 6 streets to visit senior Bodhisattvas for health checks and giving them reminders of love.
Before entering the door, doctors heard a kind voice from an old volunteer resting at home. Seeing familiar faces, both parties smiled and greeted one another. The old Bodhisattvas contributed a lot to the charity mission. They're still contributing now. Some have body issues, so we are here to cheer them up.
我一样哈我们就进来帮他加油打气。
非常感恩上人。
I'm thankful to Master Zheng Yan. I'm very moved. Thank you, medical team members, to bring the best care.
团队的精心的照顾。
Utilizing free time during the weekend, doctors visited seniors in order to bring utmost sincere care. This time, the doctor performed a dental check.
哎呀，好棒哦！
这喙齿足白你若拢固定的，这不是活头。
这固定喙齿我无。
对，我感觉保养了真好。
I suggest that you can maintain it once in every 3 months. We can help you maintain it better, since we are afraid that seniors cannot properly move their hands around, and sometimes they might miss out during brushing. As the senior medical team members chatted, they talked about past Tzu Chi work, which was filled with happy memories.
Everyone is happy, so we do things happily. We even smiled while doing so.
Family-like interactions and sincere care bring warmth to senior bodhisattvas.
In order to encourage more seniors to go out of their homes, Tzu volunteers invited them to participate in study group, recycling and kitchen works in Taipei Wanhua Jinsu Hall, allowing them to maximize the value in their lives.
Accompanied by the volunteers, the 90-year-old bodhisattva walked into the community. Receiving a scarf as a token of becoming a family, 90-year-old Tang Fengmao, in the past 10 years, his mood has changed from waiting for death to being hopeful.
我是孤家寡人一个人，我的这个大爱的家。
I live by myself, but I feel not alone or lonely in this loving family. Because I am at Tzu Chi, listening to Dharma teachings and participating in study group and also doing recycling. Especially doing recycling. I have not stopped until now. All Tzu Chi brothers and sisters treat me as an elder, which makes me feel very warm, and it is the most unforgettable 10 years for me. I hope I live well for the next 20 years and even 30 years.
As long as they are physically and mentally healthy, even though they are aged, they can also spend time or save money to do good, benefiting themselves and others.
I saved some money left over from grocery shopping and helped people in need. Study group, recycling, cooking, cleaning, or the living group in Tzu Chi, I join all of them. I have something to do every day for a week, so I feel that the more I do it, the healthier I am.
Accumulating goodness and blessings allows the elderly to maximize the value of their lives.
In Taiwan, Formosan landlord salmon is a precious fish species dwelling in multiple rivers. But due to deforestation and different farming practices, the natural habitat is destroyed, thus causing the population to drastically decrease. With researchers' efforts of over 30 years, the fish amount has restored up to 40 times its original population. Follow our reports as we learn more.
The river temperature is low today. Actually, the water temperature is 1 to 2 degrees Celsius lower than Qijiawan River, so the average water temperature here are about 12 to 13 degrees Celsius. We saw fish, but there aren't many of them. About 2 healthy small-sized fish. They are about 5 centimeters and newly born. Because of the drought this year, the entire fish population drastically decreased. Actually, if I see a newborn fish every year, it's already successful. Normally, one investigation takes about 4 to 5 hours. We also have to make a 1-kilometer journey. This is my dream, and I really want to help preserve precious animal species. Hidden inside the forest, we are now at the upstream of Dajia River. This river is the source of Youshen River and Luoyewei River. This place is at an altitude of 2,000 meters, and is home to famous fish species, Formosan landlocked salmon. From 2009 to 2010, 3 wild releases amount to 550 fish released back into the wild. And after 11 years of reproduction, the total amount of Formosan landlocked salmon reaches 1,000, an all-time high. For almost 30 years, the fish amount grew by nearly 40 times. For example, there hasn't been a reintroduction at Jijiawan River for 20 years. At the year, when there were very little fish, about 200 fish left, we continuously caught many fish, about 5 pairs of salmon. We first restored their population, then released them back into the rivers. We know that the cause of extinction is because their natural habitat is destroyed. If we are talking about the Formosan landlocked salmon, if it lives in a river with exposed terrain, firstly, there will be more erosion. Secondly, if the land before is used as farmland, farmers might have sprayed pesticide or acidic materials onto the terrain. These materials would then flow into the river. This entire barren farmland is about the size of 1 hectare. It originally was a farm for cabbage, and because of planting this type of vegetable, farmers used lime to improve the soil, changing the originally weak acidic soil into acidic dirt. When the Forest Bureau was enforcing afforestation, they will firstly cut the grass, letting the grass turn into nutrition. Then they'll detect and improve the local soil. For 5 years, Youshen River took back 3.7 hectares of land, and after 2-3 years, the Acer morrisonense has grown to 3 meters high. I think that after a few more years, the entire land will become a beautiful red leaf forest.
In Tainan, a fire broke out in a yoga mat factory of 2,000 square meters large. Fortunately, no casualties were reported. Tzu Chi volunteers went to the fire scene urgently to provide supporting materials. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you and see you next time.